This is Anthony W. Alardi. I did a huge document dump today on a particular forum that I enjoy, and I think that other people on there have the same information that I do. It's regarding something called the Schumann resonance. The military, the U.S. military intelligence, says it's the heartbeat of the Earth. It actually applies to a few things. The ionosphere, which is our magnetic field that could be seen from very far away places. That is actually measured by lightning and so on and so forth. The electrical field of the Earth, lightning occurs all the times in all different types of forms. Now the Schumann resonance, I got some documents right here. I have to go soon, so I'm going to be really quick. The Schumann resonance actually gives you the electricity field on the surface of the Earth. And what does that come from? It comes from nothing else other than humans. Humans have very powerful electromagnetic power with them. That's how we work. We're electronic, basically. We're like electronic meat machines, if you want to call it that. And people track this Schumann resonance, and it's actually been highest it's ever been. And it's linked to being awake, or as some of you guys might say, woke. I don't really like that term. It's kind of like a, like a hip hop, shuck and jive type thing. I'm not really into that. I'll show you one more thing and I'll blow you away by the end of it. Right behind me is Atlas, and he's holding something up there on his shoulders. I'm in the belly of the beast right now. I'm by Rockefeller Center. I gotta head to the R train in a second. I gotta meet some people of great importance in Queens. So the Schumann resonance is the highest it's ever been. And I always talk about three. I always talk about the triangles. We have two eyes, right? Oh, we also have the pineal gland right here, which is in the same shape of the eye. Actually, it looks like a little pine needle because it's shrunk. That's where science actually says this. We live in a quantum state forever. Okay, our self lives in a quantum state forever. Quantum means singular. So basically, where we are who we are, and we exist on a plane forever. And science has proven that in quantum physics. People look at that, they don't really understand that quantum physics is very difficult to understand. This universe was actually built with a very specific set of rules, and those rules are mathematics. I always talk about mathematics, and the triangle is very important. So there's a triangle on our forehead here. The pineal gland is here. I believe our consciousness lies within the pineal gland. Now they're saying that the Schumann resonance is 36 points higher than it's ever been. Today, yesterday, day before. And people are awake, not in the way you think, but that third eye is awake. And people are looking at things differently. I think that it's going to cause them to ignore things like Soros. The third eye has the power of it's basically they're all seeing eye, but we're all separate, we're all different. Everybody thinks we're part of a big collective. We're like a sea, more like a sea. Okay, I read a lot into this stuff. It's hard for me to explain because I get this like Brooklyn accent, and I talk kind of like Donald Trump, like a fourth grader sometimes. I don't talk very scientifically. But it's Schumann resonance, as high as it's ever been, which basically says people are waking up. The military looks at it. When the Schumann resonance hits certain peaks, the military actually takes certain measures and certain precautions because they think certain conflicts might happen. And this is all fact. You can look into it. I posted it. I did a huge document dump on Libertarian All-Stars. Okay. And I actually gotta go. I would like to talk about this more, but you see Atlas behind me. Famous Atlas, across the street from St. Patrick's Cathedral, of all things. What is Atlas holding up? You know, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I feel like Atlas. I'm holding the world on my shoulders. Boo-hoo, poor me." No, that's not true. What Atlas is actually holding up is the heavens above the earth. And I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that. You go check it out yourself. Atlas is actually holding up the heavens above the earth. He's not holding up the earth. Everybody for some reason thinks Atlas holds up the earth. It's not true. And he's doing it. Rockefeller built this thing. John D. Rockefeller, you can see right here, there's like a picture of him building it in the background. This guy was bad. Bad news. So you got Atlas up here holding heaven across the street from St. Patrick's Cathedral. It's flying the Catholic flag proud. I mentioned earlier today that I did have problems with the Catholic Church regarding the Jesuits, which is the secret society of Jesus. Now, we've never actually had a Jesuit pope before. We do now. People don't understand what that means. It's not good at all. Basically, they want a one world religion. And the Pope has actually been doing a lot of things going towards that direction. He's not a conservative Pope, he's a liberal Pope. I mentioned Ratzinger and the Third Secret of Fatima. It's all tied together. Everything is tied together. It's because it's mathematical. Even if the mathematical equation might take, 8,000 pages just to make sense of one thing, all numbers, it's extremely detailed, and it's extremely well done mathematics, mainly in the field of geometry, which is why everything exists in the forms that they do now. So we live in a universe based on geometry. The Schumann resonance you got to look into, because it's the highest it's ever been, which means the pineal glands of people are actually opened more so than ever. And what's released by the pineal gland? Well, the only thing really released by the pineal gland is like melatonin, which actually is a tryptamine, and also something called DMT. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, dimethyltryptamine. It's a thing that you trip balls off of. With the Ayahuasca or whatever they do down the Indian tribes down there, it causes us to dream. So if you dream a lot the next couple days, or if you dream more than usual, record those dreams, because it's because of the human resonance. All right. I was just trying to let you guys know that everything's linked together, and it's very important to understand that because of the mathematical equations behind it. When the universe was created by the creator, whoever you think the creator was, if you think the creator was just a little spark of energy that created a big bang, that's your creator. If you think the creator is a guy that looks like you and me, maybe a little bit, maybe not as handsome as me, but you know what I'm talking about. There's something controlling everything, and it's mathematics. Okay, society had a set mathematical equations. I was showing you the triangle with the pillars, the Boaz and Joaquin pillars, which equal strength and establishment, and together both make stability. You cannot have stability without strength, and you cannot have stability without establishment. Establishment and stability are put in mathematics, very complex mathematics that we probably can't understand here. Some scientists, who knows, mathematical scientists may be able to do a lifetime thesis on it and maybe crack the code, but that 2D drawing does more justice than anything else. That's why people talk about the establishment. Oh, you got to get rid of the establishment. Well, the establishment was taken over by bad people. Founding fathers said that the country had to be run by good and moral people. It's very true. So we have to keep that establishment. We have to make sure the establishment's there, because if the establishment gets destroyed, the triangle isn't complete and there's never going to be stability. Duality, that's another thing. There's never going to be peace. There's always going to be war. Duality basically says, hey, listen, there's always going to be war and there's always going to be peace at the same exact time. It's one time, at some time of the day, it's going to be night, and sometimes it's going to be day. Male and female, the penis and the vagina. I'm sorry to talk that way. You know, they're beautiful things. I mean, I'm not saying I like one more than the other, obviously. What's not really the right time to talk about that. Okay, but everything is mathematical. People have to understand that, and it's been figured out a long time ago how this thing works. And the society that we created, okay, was done through these occult mathematic things. And a cult isn't bad. It sounds like, oh, a cult, you're in a cult. A lot of people, when I mention cult, they think, oh yeah, a cult. This guy's in a cult. No. It just means hidden knowledge. It means knowledge that's not taught. Knowledge that's, you know, people be like, yeah, what the hell does this mean? You know, like, what does this have to do with anything? You know, what's this triangle? But this stuff is so significant that the people who do look into it and understand it are the ones who are in power. And it's better to have the people who are looking into it and using it for power to be good and moral people. Okay, you know, you can't make a law saying the person has to be good and moral, because you can never tell. The guy could be lying to you. The guy could be deceiving you. Or the woman. It's crazy things going on. But I will look into the Schumann resonance thing. I think it's pretty amazing that it's the highest that it's ever been after Donald Trump has been elected. And you know, I've been shooting these little videos out talking about Fatima, this and that. Not a lot of you guys maybe know about it. Some of you do. I know Lewis is very privy to that. There's a few more things that I'll drop that are a lot more deeper. But this Schumann resonance thing is very important, and I'd encourage you guys to look into it tonight. I have to actually go on to the train. I have a little bit of a meeting that I have to do, okay, in Queens. And that's nothing. Like usual. So remember, numbers. Since I was a kid, since I was 2 years old, my father used to teach me math. He says, listen, numbers are going to be the most important thing that you'll ever use in your entire life. No matter what. Relationships, this, that, the other thing. You know, my father was kind of like an old school Italian guy. Kind of a scary Italian guy. I don't want to talk about him too much. It's not about me, it's about you. I'm on Park Avenue right now. I gotta cross the street. What do you got back there? Anyway, alright, you guys stay safe. Look into the information, look into the documents. There's a lot of things that I'm gonna drop, and I'll drop them fast. If you guys can handle it, and you could ask me whatever questions you want. I mean, you can even call me. If you want, we could have coffee and cake. There's profound things going on over here. All right, and always remember the quantum self. We exist in a quantum state indefinitely, and forever, which means we were always here. And time is actually made up. Time is just a measurement of something that we don't know. We don't know what time is. We have no clue what time is. There's no such thing as time, basically. So we exist quantumly. We happen to be in these avatars, in these, I guess you can call it that. And it's pretty interesting, right? Don't you think? I don't know. I'm a little bit of a chatterbox. You know, if I had somebody to talk to on the way to the train, I'd be chewing their ear off about something else. But instead, I'd be, I'm chewing my ear off with you. And my train's across the street. I'm going to shut the phone down, okay? And just make sure everybody stays safe. Do some research on what I have told you. I'd be proud if I came back to the forum and saw some people actually posting some things about this. You might not understand it. What I just talked about, you could be complete gibberish to you, which probably is. Maybe only 2 people on there maybe really even know what I'm talking about. You guys probably think I'm nuts. But look into it. NASA. I posted NASA, military. They all know about it. There's something going on, but it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that's going on. All right. So make sure you stay safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.